All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is a tough day. Tough day. I'm sure you can tell from the title or in general from yesterday. The Chicago Bulls, they lost to the Brooklyn Nets, but that wasn't it. The Hawks, Pacers, Wizards, everybody is just kind of screwing us over here. And, we essentially shot ourselves in the foot with Zach LaVine being out for 11 days. I don't even know if that's us shooting ourselves in the foot. That's just somebody shooting Zach LaVine. That's like some random dude walking on the street shooting Zach LaVine in the foot and injuring him for 11 days, 11 games for just no reason. But it's been a roller coaster of a season in an evaluation year, might I add. So it's not the end of the world here, but yeah, man, they lost to the Brooklyn Nets the other night. I'll get into a recap more on later in the video, but I do just want to talk about the Chicago Bulls, and I don't think it was a failure of a season or anything like that. I think, in fact, things are looking good. The craziest thing to me is that, first off, the Bulls finished the season, or they are currently 30-41. They've got one remaining game, and that's today against the Bucks at about 8 p.m. Central Time. I think they'll finish like 30-42, but if not, it'll be 31-41. The Bulls have a 25, or maybe it's like 26.4 or 25.4, but they essentially have a 25% chance of getting in the top four. Now, I know that isn't big odds. That's not great. It's not, anything crazy. It's maybe worrisome. Maybe it's exciting. It really just kind of depends on who you are, and it depends on what you're looking for. But to me, trading away your first-round pick, losing Zach LaVine for 11 games, having the youngest starting five in the NBA at the start of the season, when you throw in everything, new management, new coaching, when you throw in every single factor, it's almost a sense of pride and joy. It's almost like, wow, I am so proud of these guys in a COVID year, in a post-COVID year. New coach, it's impressive, man. They kept their composure, they kept their cool in a season where things did not go how they wanted to. The Bulls have not made the playoffs in like 4 years since 2017, but this is the start of a new era. Zach LaVine's going to be a free agent relatively soon. That's a little worrisome, but for right now, we have LaVine, we have Vucevic. They're both under contract. What I think the Bulls are going to do in the offseason is get a star. I think they're going to get a third star to pair them with these two cats, and the Bulls are going to be looking scary. They're going to be looking scary. Now, I cover the Houston Rockets on this channel, and I do cover the Chicago Bulls. John Wall is an intriguing guy. I've never talked about this in a video, and I've never really heard of this speculation or possibility. Not speculation. I've never heard of this possibility until yesterday. It was like a John Wall post, and I saw these comments, saying John Wall should go to the Bulls. And I'm like, whoa, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize, could we make that happen? Could the Chicago Bulls make that happen? Now, the salaries, I don't know if it'll be in a trade or if it'll be in a buyout, but either way, the Chicago Bulls need a point guard. And I love Kobe White. I absolutely love this cat. I think he's a great bench point guard. I really do. I think he's a great bench point guard. He's a great sixth man. But it wouldn't be the end of the world if we don't get another point guard. We need to get somebody else. It would have to be somebody else. Possibly like a 3-point scorer, maybe even like a Doug McDermott. Preferably, it would be somebody big, like that third star, like I'm mentioning. But I don't want to get my hopes up moving into next season because, as a Bulls fan, we've gotten our hopes up just a whole bunch of times the last couple of years to begin with. But I really think there is a legitimate possibility that the Chicago Bulls, not only will they get a third star, or at least a third piece, third option. Maybe that's a better word is a third option. Lonzo Ball and Dennis Schroeder, I honestly think one of those two players will be a Chicago Bull next season. I know just financially or you know, you look at like the whole situation going on with both Lonzo and Dennis Schroeder. They're both kind of up in the air. Like, no one really knows what's going on. You have Schroeder. He recently turned out an extension from the Lakers, but the Lakers reportedly have interest in extending it. Like, it's just, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of different variables. But at the end of the day, I think that the Chicago Bulls will find a way to get one of those two players on this team. And if they were to get a Lonzo Ball, if they were to get a Dennis Schroeder, the immediate impact is there. It is just an immediate impact. And I am super curious, if they were to make a big move like that, what happens, you know, what else do they do? What do they do to kind of add on to the fact that that is such a power move? Like, basically what I'm trying to get at here is, do they re-sign Garrett Temple? Do they move Kobe White to the bench and get him like Doug McDermott and just kind of give Kobe free reign off the bench? You got like Kobe, Thaddeus, whoever it is, get rid of Laurie, sign and trade Laurie to try and get some more pieces on this bench, or maybe even another piece for the starting roster. But I like the idea of Kobe White kind of being that dude off the bench next season, running this bench unit, being that like Jordan Clarkson for the Chicago Bulls, where, hey, this guy can put up 20, 30, 40 even on a random-ass night, but you know you're going to get a consistent at least 15 points from him. You throw him out there with Garrett Temple. Maybe you go out, like I said, you get a Doug McDermott. You get that three-point shooting, and you got Thaddeus Young. We've got a good bench. Who knows what's going to happen with Satoransky? Who knows what's going to happen with half the free agents? But for right now, I think it's important that the Chicago Bulls get a third option. I guess it doesn't have to be a star quite yet, but at the same time, it kind of does, because the clock is ticking for Zach LaVine. I know there was a report that just came out that said, like, apparently he may not ask for max when his contract's up to help out the Chicago Bulls, but you know, this is all speculative. Who really knows what's going to happen? If Zach LaVine were to actually do that, I mean, I would lose my mind. And, like, that would just be the coolest thing in the whole world, is if he was actually that down for Chicago to take less money, to bring in a third star, to just bring in more talent in general, to really try and make this work. And Chicago loves him. I hope he loves Chicago. I know he loves Chicago. I hope he continues to always love Chicago, man. But this season was tough. It was tough, but it was an evaluation year. It was an evaluation year. They traded away their first-round pick. They got an all-star in return, and they still have a chance at getting a top-4 pick. They've got plenty of money. There's a couple of free agents that we could offer, and there's even some trades that we could come out here and make. So hit that like button, hit that sub button. I'll see you guys later.